Warning, this video contains spoilers for Star Trek Discovery Season 1 and Star Trek Discovery Season 2. Star Trek Discovery Season 2, Episode 4, An Obol for Charon, or however you pronounce that. The title that alludes to an ancient Greek custom of placing a coin in the mouth of a dead person so that they may tip the ferryman of the underworld named Charon for safe passage across the river Styx. And, well, we'll get into why that's important later. For now, let's get into the episode. This entire episode is a massive character story built around two standard Star Trek plots. One about having everything on the ship being broken, and another about an unknown alien entity possibly being harmful to the crew. Both stories have been done to death, but it's nice to once again see Discovery return to form and provide us with really amazing character moments throughout the episode. Rebecca Romijn does a fantastic job as number one, and the chemistry between her and Pike is really great to see here. It's also nice for them to poke fun at the fact that the holograms aren't installed on the Enterprise anymore because Pike hated them. This sequence with the bridge crew trying to figure things out together really sets the tone for the entire episode. Folks who really feel like Burnham is a Mary Sue should be happy with how the crew operates throughout the entirety of this story. I also love how they're setting up several things in this episode to be paid off later on. The interference of the giant space orb is subtly being introduced during the conference room sequence through Saru's illness and the Saurians' issues with the UT. I really love the look of the mysterious alien probe. I was originally worried that it was going to be some kind of Borg or Dyson device, however, I was pleasantly surprised that it was something truly unique in nature that we've never seen before in Star Trek. I don't know why, but the Saurian is in several scenes in this episode, and it's really awesome. The entire sequence with the Universal Translator malfunctioning was really fun to watch, and it provided some great levity to the episode's more darker elements. Mandarino is back, baby, and boy does she deliver. Her and Stamets playing off of each other was really fun to see. I also liked how the three of them worked together to correct the crazy lightning problem near the warp core, and how they figured out a way to talk to May the Blob. Overall, this episode's strength comes from the crew all working together to fix the ship, then speak with the mysterious orb in space, and finally get to Spock. We are also treated to several really dark sequences that enhance the crew's connection to each other and also our connection to them as an audience. The first being Stamets having to drill a hole into Tilly's head.
Tell my wife I love her very much.
She knows.
While the other being with Burnham conducting what is essentially an assisted suicide. Both scenes are very dark subjects to depict in Star Trek, but for some reason really worked in this episode for me. I cannot believe this, but I found myself getting really emotional during this sequence, especially here.
Do we have to do this? Is it truly inevitable?
I am sorry. I know how hard this is for you. How many people you have already lost.
I honestly felt like the tone of this episode was a perfect balance between fun, adventure, exploration, and darker elements. Other things to note is the subplot with Tilly being stuck inside of a giant mycelial network creature seems somewhat drawn out at this point, but it appears next week's episode will wrap it up nicely, and also possibly explain why we never see the spore drive again in Star Trek. I really liked how Saru put Burnham in her place here with this comment, like, you don't need to explain everything, Commander Exposition. Saru's quarters is really nice to see, and I thought the props department did an outstanding job here. I really hope that Discovery continues down this path moving forward. I felt like last week's episode was multiple stories mashed into one and kind of a step backwards, but this episode was a giant leap forward in terms of quality. I also really liked how this alien orb was something brand new to the franchise that didn't disrupt our perception of Trek canon. It was a simple contained element of a being that wanted to pass off its legacy to someone before finally dying off. I believe the passing of knowledge was the coin that this being needed to pay for it to safely travel into the afterlife. Overall, this episode was great, and if you're interested to see how good Discovery is getting, then this is the one you need to check out.